I'm so cute. I'm so cute. I'm so cute. Hello, everybody. Hello. Say hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hey guys, so it's been a really long time since I've done a one-to-one video, and the last couple of videos I did were on my first, second and third trimester and my hospital bag, and now I have a baby. This is baby Ezra. He's just woken up from his nap, so he might be... Hi! He's saying hi to everyone. So he might be a little bit grumpy. The sun is out in England. It has not actually been a great day in terms of weather. It's been really rainy, and so we've had a day in as per usual, and we've been listening to some French jazz cafe music. It's been amazing, and sat on the couch while it's been raining outside. But the sun has come out now, which is really nice. So I hope that you guys, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to our channel. We hope that you enjoy the videos. If you're new here, like, subscribe and share. Share the love, share the Ezra love. So today's video is gonna be a little bit about my birth story. So some of you might not know, but I kind of, before I had Ezra, loads of people were like, what's your birthing plan, what are you gonna do? And I kind of didn't have a birthing plan. I knew that I was gonna go into a home birthing unit because, I'd heard a lot of good things about it. And, the home birthing unit is probably really great for a lot of people, but I probably didn't have the best experience. So yeah, so I decided to go into the home birthing unit, and I first went into a home, what is it called? I first went into the birthing pool just because it was really relaxing. I was really tense and my contractions were extremely painful. So I went into the birthing pool. To be honest, I was in labor for just under 24 hours. Basically, my water broke on the late Thursday night, and then on Friday morning, 1:30, we went to the hospital Friday morning. And then they said to us, look, like you need to go home, you're not ready yet. And then we went home, and at 6:30, I was just in so much pain. I tried to have a bath at home, but it didn't really help. And then at 6:30, I went back into the, give me a second because my battery is about to run out. I'm gonna get a charger. Here we go, we're back on. We are back on. Back to the story. So yeah, I was in the birthing pool, which was really helping because my muscles were super tense. So they kept taking me in and out of the pool, checking if I was dilating, and yeah, that prolonged for quite a long time. And during that time, I think I was getting into quite a lot of pain, so I had asked to go on the gas and air. The thing with the gas and air is it does make you a bit drowsy, and it makes you a little bit like loopy in the head. And so I was saying some quite absurd things to the midwife, which Dave might tell you on another video. I don't think he'll tell you everything I said because some of it was very interesting, wasn't it, Bubba? You heard it. So yeah, so I was on gas and air, and that was, yeah, it was a little bit helpful. It helped me to like sort of keep breathing, and then after the gas and air, I was on that for a couple of hours. They gave me a drug called pethidine, which helps to sort of give you some rest, and it's another sort of pain relief, I guess. And that was really helpful because I was just holding Dave's hand, and I know, you're having a poo on camera, lovely. So yeah, I was just holding Dave's hand, and it was quite stressful and traumatic. I know, we don't want to remember that, do we? Okay, back to the video. I had a bit of pethidine, which helped give me some rest in between my contractions. After the pethidine, I think, gosh, it feels like such a distant memory now, but I think after that they were getting me in and out the pool again to check how things were going. And I had one midwife, she was quite a young midwife, and bless her, she was trying to do the best job that she could, but she didn't realize that Ezra was back to back. And so after about 20 hours they said, look, you're at risk of infection, we want to take you into the labor ward and see what's happening. Can't remember how much I dilated to. I think I was either like 8 centimeters maybe, but anyway, they took me to the labor ward, and then once I was in the labor ward they did an inspection, and they realized that that Ezra was back to back, so he was facing the opposite way that he should have. And then they were like, okay, we need you to give us the biggest push that you can. And don't pinch me, it's not very nice. And
yeah, so they did that, and you know, I had this really great midwife who was just like push, push, and anyway, he was not coming down. What had happened was his head had swollen into the birth canal, so he couldn't really come down very well. So after that, they gave me, I was begging for another pain relief, and so they gave me some pethidine again, and that just helped me to get a little bit more rest. I was so tired at that point. I was so out of it as well from all the gas and air. And then what they wanted to do was they wanted to check his heart rate. They wanted to check his heart rate. So they tried to put like a heart monitor like through the birth canal into his head. They kind of pin it, which is super, it seems super painful, but it's the only way they can do it. But they failed a couple of times. So they were trying to put the pin in and it failed about 3 times, and so yeah. So they failed 3 times, they had 3 attempts, and then eventually they managed to check his haircut, it's like CAD file. Eventually, they got the heart monitor on, and we could hear his heart rate, and then all of a sudden, Dave and I just heard his heartbeat dropping, and it was going like very low, and you know, all the lights came on in the room, and the nurses and the doctor rushed in, and they brought some paperwork in, and they were like, okay, we're gonna take you into the emergency theatre now, so you've got to sign this paperwork. I don't even know what I signed. Might have been a pineapple, who knows. So I signed the paperwork, and then I went into theatre, and Dave wasn't allowed in, which was quite stressful for him because he was quite worried at this point, and I was throwing up because I think one of the side effects of pethidine is it can make you sick. And so actually the whole day I had been throwing up, which was horrible. So I've been throwing up into this bowl, and then yeah, they took me into emergency theatre. They were basically getting me ready. They put an epidural into my back, so 2 nurses had to hold me up, and they were like, you need to keep really still. They sprayed the stuff which froze my back or makes your back really cold. They put the injection in, which at that time I couldn't really feel, but then I could feel myself going numb. Then they put all the stuff up that you need to put up, so I can't see what's going on. And then yeah, it was so quick what they were doing. It was, you know, Dave was allowed back in, and all I could feel was myself being like shaken on this table because he was probably so far down into the birth canal. I guess they had to tug him out, which for him must have been quite horrible. His head was really swollen when he came out. Dave saw him first. I was so out of it after the operation. Obviously they stitch you all back up, and then I was throwing up as well, and then I had to have a blood transfusion, so I couldn't. I know! Mommy had to have a blood transfusion. And so that was, let's face the camera now. Say hello to everyone. So I had to have a blood transfusion, which wasn't very nice, and Dave got to see Ezra, which was really great. And then Dave came out to me because we didn't actually know what he was going to be. We didn't know if he was a girl or a boy. And then Dave came to me on the operating table, and he was like, babe, what do you think what do you think it is? And I was like, a boy. And he was like, yeah, it's a boy. And I was so happy. And we'd already kind of thought of the name Ezra, which we'll explain what that means another time. And then it was really funny because they brought Ezra to me on, like, while I was still after my blood transfusion, and I was just I couldn't feel my arms or my legs, and then they kind of like propped Ezra on my chest, and they were like, do you want to hold him? And I was like, I can't feel my hands. And then they kind of just plopped him here, and I was like, hello. Yeah, so that was kind of the birth story. And then he arrived. Sadly, after Ezra arrived, he did get jaundice, which you can look up. It's something to do with the skin. I think it's if they don't have enough vitamin D, maybe. And so we had to stay in hospital. It ended up being a whole week. And he ended up being on something called a billy light, which is like this light that has to go under his baby grow, which was horrible because it's plastic and it's like this UV light that he had to pretty much wear at all times. You're flopping over. So yeah, so that was kind of like not so great. He lost a little bit of weight as well that week, so they kept us in. It probably was good that they kept us in because I was still really recovering from the operation, and the midwives that were there were just amazing. They were really great in just helping us with everything that we needed, and although it was frustrating because you just want to go home, you know, after you have a baby, you just want to be at home and be with them, but it was just what we needed, I think. So yeah, and then little Ezra came. He looked way more Chinese when he was born. Say hello to everyone. Hello. Who's that, Papa? Who's that? Who's that? Hi. Say hello. Hello everyone, I'm standing. So yeah, that is the story of how Ezra came to be. I think next time, I don't know what your birthing story is if you're watching this, but I think next time I'm definitely going to book into the labor ward straight away, and I might even plan an epidural. Don't think I'll plan another C-section. They did say to me I would be able to give natural birth again, potentially. So if that is the case, I'd like to go into the labor ward and just plan an epidural, because you know what? Modern medicine is so amazing now that we have great painkillers that help us during birth. So I would definitely do that. I think some people probably do really great in the home birthing units, and I think that's really great for some people. But I think for me, it was just when I was in the labor ward and we had all the professionals around who just knew what was happening and were telling me what to do, I just felt like a real peace, because I felt like they were in control, they knew what was happening, and I felt like Ezra, you know, got the best care when we were there. So that is why for the next baby, if we can have another baby, I will probably try book into the labor ward. But tell me your birthing story. How was yours? A lot of people have said to me like, oh, you know, that sounds so traumatic. And do you know what? Like, it was traumatic at the time, but I think the most important thing is that Ezra is here. You know, he's a healthy baby, and you know, that's important, is that, you know, the birth, in some ways you do kind of get over it. Not get over it, but like, it was what it was, and you know, I'm okay, I'm recovering fine after the C-section. It is hard the first 6 weeks, I'm not gonna lie. I could hardly do anything, and Dave was such a great help. I couldn't even drive, I could barely get out the house, I could barely bend or get up, and so like, having Dave help me around the house was just so amazing, and helping me with Ezra. He is a great daddy, isn't he? He's the best daddy. So yeah, and I'm on recovery. I think it takes 18 months in total, or maybe a year, for you to fully recover from a C-section. I don't know how true that is for the individual, but that's what the doctors told me. So even just going to the gym now, I can only do like very bare minimum stuff. So yeah, that is how Ezra came to be. So yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, let me know what your birthing story was like. Let me know if yours was similar to mine and how you've been recovering. If you gave birth many years ago, tell me how it was different then. I think my nan actually had a home birth, which I think, wow, that is just insane, because I don't know if I could do it. I don't think I could give birth at home. Maybe if the second or third one is easier, then fair enough, but I don't know. Did you give a home birth? Let me know. Like, subscribe, join our channel, see what's happening in the life of Ezra. Also, we are moving house soon, so that's why our house is looking very boxed up and empty at the moment, because we are moving to our new house, which is so exciting. Peace, y'all. Say hi, world. I'm Ezra James Boyle, taking over the world. Yeah.